Hello all. Welcome to a special edition of Iskandars Travels. Somebody suggested I do a written guide on how to make, how to work with Mystcraft, how to get stable ages, and how to get pages, and all that fun stuff. There's actually a couple of good written guides out there, and I really don't want to spend the time trying to write yet another one. I thought I'd do something a little different, and I should do a video guide to actually show you this stuff in action. This will be a two-step guide. The first will be a guide in writing stable ages and explaining some of the pages that may be a little more confusing. The other one, I'll quickly show you how to get pages pretty much from nothing. Well, maybe not nothing, but you'll see. I'll explain in a minute. And it doesn't involve trading with villagers. That's a headache. Really it is. Although there's a lot of neat mechanics you can do there with villager breeding and emerald farming, but really that's a lot more complicated than it needs to be. So let me go ahead and first start off to show you exactly what you need to write a stable age. Now, you don't have to, each of these is a notebook. You don't have to organize your notebooks like this. Oh yeah, notebooks are simply 3 leather in a V shape. They hold your pages. Alright? You don't have to be this organized. However, it does help to help remember that the way you got right ages, biomes, biome controllers, celestial bodies, lighting, and terrain and weather. This is what you need for a stable age. I'll go through everything. Everything else, features, other, visual, colors, directions and materials and liquids, lengths and phases, those are all optional for the most part. First thing you're going to do, so I really suggest you setting up a lot of notebooks so you can actually keep them nice and organized. Otherwise, you'll get overwhelmed with pages. Okay? Biomes especially, thanks to extra biomes, you will end up with a crap ton of biome pages. I am so not joking. So, the very first thing you gotta do is pick a biome controller. The thing to remember is to keep in mind of matching the number of biomes that you want to include with your biome controller. Huge, large, medium, native, single, small, tiled, and tiny. Things to remember. Single biomes are just that. You need to choose one biome only. Tiled biomes means 2 biomes, and 2 biomes only. Everything else, everything else takes at least 3. Oh, wait, let me rephrase that. There's one more. Native biome controller takes 0 biomes as a modifier. Okay? But everything else, the huge, the large, the medium, then the small and the tiny, will take at least 3, and pretty much as many as you want to put down. Okay? Violate any of those rules, you will get instability. Bad things. So you're thinking, what? If I'm just going to pull pages out of here to write my ages, I'm going to very quickly run out of pages, and that's not how that's not how you gotta do it. This is where the ink and the paper comes in handy. Oh yeah, there is a bug, by the way. When you first write a notebook, you can name your notebooks. I put them here, and like that. When you take it out, the name will go away, and you'll get an unknown page. It's a bug. It's harmless. It's just irritating. So you have to name your notebooks twice. Okay. I'm using this to write my note. You'll see how this works in a minute. So you first off decide, what biome controller you want and what biomes you're going to want to use. Now, very, very important. Biomes go first. Biome controller goes second. I'm going to use a single biome here, and you can copy pages by right-clicking, so you don't actually use up the page. So single biome, and then you can choose a nice little, let's see here. Let's go ahead and Savannah. It's kind of nice. Because I chose a single biome, I can only choose one. Alright? Then you have to go down to your celestial. Now you don't actually have to do these in this exact order, but it keeps things organized. And you got to decide what you want your celestial bodies, which are the moons, stars, and sun. You got a choice between dark, which means they won't be there, and normal, which means they will be there. You also choose for in your star field for your stars, okay? But in most cases, you're going to want normal moon, normal stars, normal sun. You have to have at least one. You can have more. You can have more than one moon, more than one sun, more than one stars. But if you don't have at least one of each, again, you'll get instability. Now these will take modifiers. That is right now outside of the scope of what I'm describing. Okay, I'll get to that at the end. Okay. Next up, you want your lighting, which is you got to choose between bright, dark, and standard. Note that none of these have an effect on mob generation. Hold on. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's going to irritate the crap out of me. Only problem with doing this, I actually wouldn't spawn this world next to a village to drive me nuts. Anyway. But yes, lighting. Yeah. Bright, dark, or standard. None of these have an effect on mob spawning. It's completely just a visual thing. So generally, standard lighting is just fine. Terrain. Cave world. Flat. Cave world is, like, the whole world's a cave. Mind you might spawn on top of the world. You might think it's flat at first. But I would avoid this. It used to be that red power marble generation would screw with this and you end up lagging your world to hell. It might be fixed. It might not. I'd avoid this one. Flat. Now, unlike the flat you get when you create a world, this flat is actually at the average height of the biomes you select. End world, which looks like the end, outside the fact it is not made out of end stone. Standard terrain, and of course void. Void being absolutely nothing, though I think you'll still get any kind of structures you choose. In general, standard terrain here is fine. Again, this, oh yes, your lighting will not take modifiers. Your terrain will. Again, I'll get to all the modifiers here in a bit. Weather. Eternal rain, eternal snow, and eternal storm are just what it says on the tin. You'll get rain, snow, or storm all over the place if you choose these. Eternal weather just means you'll get whatever kind of weather is native to the biome you choose. Fast weather and slow weather are also just what it says on the tin. No weather means there'll be no weather. The only thing that really does seem out of place, you might not think is a weather, is overcast. That's an overcast. Have you ever been in a desert when there's a thunderstorm or rain? That's the overcast. And of course, normal weather. In general, you either want to choose no weather or normal weather. The rest of these are kind of silly, honestly. But no weather's fine. And I apologize, my voice sounds a little weird. And that is all you need to create a stable age. Okay? This is the bare bare bones. What gets you by and gets you a stable age. Okay? Again, that's a biome controller with the appropriate number of biomes. Sun, moon, and stars. Pick a lighting. Pick a terrain. You might want to avoid cave world. Pick your weather. Usually no weather. And you should be good to go. Okay? Now, to actually write your age. Now, for easy transport, I put them in a age notebook. So you just go over here. Pick it up. Boom. It's all gone from the age notebook. It's all here. And now you have a descriptive book. Ugh. There we go. So yes, did I actually make? Nope. Alrighty. Book stands. There. Now, before you travel, here with this here, you might want to make a few linking books. You always want at least one. I say go ahead and make like a few. Without these, you will not get home. You'll get stuck. All right? Put your descriptive book down. I'll always want to make it on a link stand, otherwise they'll fall on the ground and they'll start to decay. And you'll spawn in. And as you can see, turn that off again. There is no instability effects. You'll know that there's no potion effects. And yes, it looks like it's going just fine. Very stable, very nice age. There. That is the very basics of how to write a stable age. Not that hard. It's not that confusing. Keep that in mind. Now there are different things you can do. Your celestial bodies take various modifiers. For the sun and moon, they'll take colors. They'll take directions, where they'll rise from. Instead of rising like they do normally, you can actually move it around to the north or south or wherever. And by the way, let's see, colors and directions. And they also take lengths and phases. This is where that when you go into an age, this is where the phase is where they will start. So you choose a noon sun. When you go into an age, that's annoying. The sun will start at noon. Okay. Rising, setting, is an end. That's midnight. That's about 6 a.m., 6 p.m., and midnight. Just so you know, noon is straight up in the sky for the sun, and is straight up in the sky for the moon. You can combine these pages. A rising noon sun will start halfway between rising and noon. All right, and a rising noon sun will start between rising and noon, and then between that and rising, roughly 7:30, I think. All right. The phases, the length. We'll get into that too. You have double length, full length, half length, and zero length. Full length is kind of the default. You don't really need to put this down. Double length and half length are just what it says. It'll take twice as long to do a complete cycle, or half as long. Zero length is interesting. Zero length will freeze the sun or moon wherever it was, wherever you put it. So a zero length noon sun will make a sun that's straight up noon and then will not move. So you can make an eternal day. Okay? The nice thing is that you can actually have multiple moons, suns, and stars. So if you combine the length and such, you could actually have a sun at noon permanently who's green, a sun that's rising from the north who's blue, another sun that's rising from the south and goes around at twice the speed who's magenta, and you could have a green star field, a red star field, which makes nights kind of pretty. Just on like that, okay? There's a lot of things that you can do with that. Where is it? Nowhere to go. Directions, yeah. There's also another thing here called gradient, which I'm not going to discuss because I don't fully understand it. It goes with color more over than not. And it's really something I don't fully understand. It's really not necessary for this either. All right, so that's celestial body modifiers. Terrain. Terrain also does take modifiers. They take material and liquids modifiers, okay? Now, the thing to realize here is that not everything that's material will work with your terrain, okay? As much as you might like to, you cannot have a diamond ore terrain modifier, okay? You can't do diamond ore standard terrain and think that the entire world will be made out of diamond ore. It won't work. It's a nice thought, but it won't work. It'll only take a few things. End stone, ice, I think it'll take another rack, and stone for your materials. Stone is the default, by the way. You really don't have to specify this. Despite it saying stone, it actually just means normal terrain, like you see here, trees and dirt and stuff. The other thing it takes is a liquid modifier. This one actually can be kind of useful. It defaults to water, okay? At this time, there are only other two choices: lava, and of course, no seas. Lava is just what it says on the tin. So if you choose a single biome controller with a ocean biome, then set the terrain modifier as standard terrain and lava standard terrain, it'll replace the entire ocean with lava. If you've used the whole Tesseract thing to pump lava from the Nether, yeah, this is the exact same. These can be used the exact same way. It's very damn useful. Weather takes no modifiers, okay? None. Don't try it. It won't work. Now, beyond your standard, that covers basically the standard ways of writing ages. I really suggest you go ahead and play with things a bit. Again, the really biggest thing here, the big one that takes the modifiers is the celestial bodies. Really, though, this is mostly just for looks. Okay? Oh, you people irritate the hell out of me. Anyway. Wish there was a way to lock it at daylight when I'm doing this. Anyway. Again, the celestial body is mostly for looks. There's really not, this is basically look pretty. The only real utility is making a normal sun who's frozen at noon for eternal day. That's actually very useful for mining ages, where you want to protect your quarry from being attacked by monsters. Terrain, the modifiers here are a little more useful. Again, having a lava standard terrain ocean is pretty damn useful. Now, there are other things you can do to your age. Once you go beyond what is required, again, all this I've said before has been required to avoid instability. Okay? As long as you follow what I told you and get everything I told you put down, you'll make a stable age. But again, it's kind of bare bones. There are other stuff you can add. There are features. These are basically features from the overworld around you that you can then make your age have, more or less. There are a few unique items. Caves underground. Crystals, which you can only find in ages. Crystals are what you use to make Mystcraft portals from. Dungeons. Glowstone crystals. Which are like crystals but may not glowstone. I think these two will add a little instability. I'm not 100% sure. Most of the rest of these features really won't. Huge trees, lakes, lava lakes. Oh, this one is very important too. Okay, what lava lakes means, when you mine underground, you find those little lava lakes, especially right near bedrock. That's what this feature does. If you do not include this page, those lava lakes will not be there. So if you want to go to an age and mine, don't include this feature, and then you can mine underground all you like without having to worry about falling in lava. Okay? Mine shafts, all these are basically straightforward. Obelisks are, these obsidian totems all over the place. Ravines. Okay. This deserves a little talk here. Skylands. This will make you the entire world basically be floating islands. And then if you jump off, you land in the void. Be careful with that one. It's very pretty, but, it's dangerous. You don't want to make your mining age a Skylands, okay? Just don't. Starfisher. This is also somewhat important. There's really no reason to include it with an age you write. But if you go out there and you're dumb enough to go out and go link to a Mystcraft age without bringing a linking book, you are screwed. Your only hope is to find a random age with a Starfisher. Because if you jump into a Starfisher, you'll get transported back to the overworld. So there's really no reason to include this one. But it's good to know that the Starfisher is a feature that you can end up in a random age, because it's your only way home if you forget a linking book, unless you do out-of-game editing. Alright, and that's pretty much everything else, but something that needs to be mentioned here is tendrils. Okay? Tendrils, out of all these, tendrils is the only one that will accept a modifier. It accepts a modifier for materials. Okay? It defaults to, I think, oak wood. Now, if you include the tendrils feature and you give it a modifier, don't get greedy. Okay? The woods won't add much instability. But if you do something like diamond ore or gold ore, expect a lot, and I mean a lot of instability. All right. You want to run in, grab a handful of diamonds, run out, you'll be fine. But don't expect to make a diamond ore tendril mining age. It ain't gonna happen. It is not. The thing to note here, you can actually choose these pages multiple times, and it will increase. Oh yeah, huge trees. I'll have to show you that at some point in time. Just makes huge trees. It's kind of neat looking. Anyway, you can choose these pages multiple times, and it basically will increase the number of. That said, again, for the most part, none of these really adds much of instability, or any instability. Again, I don't know if these do or not. If they do, they only add a little bit. But if you weigh down your age with too many of them, you will get instability. And of course, if you try to do too much with tendrils, you'll get a lot. You can do gold ore tendrils with diamond ore tendrils with coal ore tendrils, and you'll get all three of them. And you'll get an age that will fall apart in fast, like you will not believe. Okay? That said, there are things you can do to add stability to an age. If you are missing an important page from here that you do not have, okay? Like you do not have any weather pages, and you're going to get a world that's going to be unstable. To help you out, there are things you can do to add stability to a world. Okay, accelerated is not one of them. This will actually add instability. It makes the world go faster. Ticks happen more often. But the rest of these will help. Charged means lightning from the clear sky at all times. Okay, watch out for creepers in an age like this. It will add stability. I'll get back to that one. That's important, but not for adding. But we'll go back to that one. Meteors will fall from the sky. This will destroy the age over time, but again, it'll add a little bit of stability. If you're trying to get into a world that you basically is like a dense ores or a diamond ore tendrils, meteors will really help. Scorched surface, which means you're staying out there without any kind of cover over you, you will catch on fire. And spontaneous explosions, which means you'll blow up. Honestly, even though this adds stability, you might want to probably avoid this one. Scorched surface is a good one because you can immediately go underground and mine, and who cares about the surface? All right. Again, there is one here. These other features that everybody likes. It's the dense ores. Okay. You add this, and you'll have a lot more ore. you'll also have a hell of a lot more instability. Okay, you're going to want to write a very stable age to start with. You want to make sure you have all your pages necessary before you add dense ores. And you don't want to add any of the features that add instability. Don't. Okay? Don't try writing a diamond ore tendril dense ore world. You'll regret it. Basically, with dense ores, you basically will be a raiding age. You go in, you grab your crap, you get out as fast as you can. You will have to add stability to it. You will need charged. I recommend meteors and scorched surface, and you might have enough time to do some mining to get some stuff, but don't count on it. Don't count on that being there a long time. Keep your linking books handy because you will have to get out. The very last thing on these features things is a very, very, very important. This is called clear modifiers. Basically, once you find this page, make sure you include it as the last page of every last age you write. Okay? If you futzed up the modifier logic somewhere, like if you try to make a green no weather, or you try assigning diamond ore to standard terrain where it won't work, clear modifiers will fix it. It'll clear any modifiers that aren't working or left dangling, so that they are cleaned out instead of adding instability. Okay, very, very, very damn important. Very hard to get, but very important. And the very last category of optional stuff is visual. Again, this is cosmetic and can be ignored, but you can change the cloud color, fog color, night sky color. You add rainbows. Actually, yeah, you also say sky and sunset. The really good one is boundless sky. If you're going to make a void age, having a boundless sky is really kind of nice. It means you can see the sky both above you and down below where the void normally is. So it makes the void age look a little better. That's the only one that's really kind of useful. The rest of these are clearly just very much cosmetic, and they change what they say they change. Rainbows are kind of pretty, and the rest of these are the straight up modifiers I've already covered. All right, yep. So that's basically how Mystcraft works. All right, it's not that bad. It's not that complicated, and the more you experiment with it, and keep things organized so you know what's going on. You see that what I've done here. I've gotten the very first 4, 5, 6 categories, 7 categories looks like, as the necessary stuff: biomes, biome controllers, lighting, terrain, weather. Yeah, 6 actually. Biomes, biome controllers, celestial bodies, lighting, terrain, and weather. Those are the very necessary things. As long as you keep those in mind, you can build stable ages very easily. Then you want to check what features you want to add. For a straight up mining age where you use a quarry, you can actually really ignore the rest of these things, honestly. If you're going to do some manual mining, caves are nice. As are dungeons and possibly mine shafts. If you're just going to be raiding a world for cheap goodies, diamond ore tendrils, all the way. Just don't expect it to be stable. And you can pretty much ignore most of the rest of these. They're outside of which you want to add some stability to a world that you're pretty sure is going to be unstable. And of course the clear modifiers, which I already explained. Alright? So that's how that works. That is exactly how that works. Now you may be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but how do I get these pages? See, that's the second thing. Everybody tells you how to write a stable age. No one tells you how to get the pages in the first place. Again, the very first way is to get to a village and basically farm villagers for a while. Until you get hold of a Mystcraft villager, and then you just spam emeralds at them to get your pages. Boring. Okay, very boring. Very time consuming. Not necessary. There's actually a much easier way to go about this. So let's just say you're just starting off and you haven't really found much of any pages yet. Okay? Generally, you want to go out and find a village or find a dungeon with some loot, so you get at least something. Okay, so you can start off with some kind of. So we're going to go ahead and just say you start off. You have standard lighting, and you have no weather. Okay, this is the only things you have. Okay, so you can write yourself an age like this. Problem is, of course, it's going to be unstable. You really can't help that. And you spawn in, and yes, you got, you immediately you are unstable. Darn, right? Well, no. Thing to remember. Yes, I've got a modular power suit here. Let me go ahead and make sure I don't lose this. Not that's really necessary. The thing to realize, look around, shall we? Is that every Mystcraft age, has somewhere out there, somewhere with a near spawn. See if I can find it. Then somewhere within 100 blocks or so of spawn. Easy, I've marked it. Let things load in. Kind of hard to see, but it's out there somewhere. You just gotta search for it. And you don't need a jetpack. This is simply for demonstration, and because walking is slow. Okay. It looks like I'm getting fairly unlucky. I'm getting very damn unlucky. Yeah. All right. Normally it's a lot easier than this. I don't know why it's being a pain in my butt. Mostly because I guess I'm on camera. And I'll let things load again. Yeah, apparently because I'm on camera, this is going to be a pain in my ass. When I cut the video here, I'll be back when I find what I'm looking for. Alright, there we go. See, there's spawn, respawn in, and we're 500 meters out. This is actually the furthest I've seen one of these things, okay? This is a Mystcraft library, okay? Every age has one somewhere fairly close to where you spawn in, okay? Now, even though this world is unstable, you saw that I wrote the age with only 2 pages, okay? It's unstable as hell, but, you can still explore with mining fatigue, okay? You come in, you'll find, like 2 or 3 pages. And you see that I've got a color and a biome. You might be thinking, well, that kind of sucks. And here's where the mining fatigue is really going to be a pain in the ass. But go ahead and take a look. And of course, it's going to be the last place I freaking mine. Because why not? Yep. There's always a hidden chest somewhere behind the books, okay? And it will have like 5 more. And see it, there's no weather. And a couple more biomes. Alright. You got your stuff. You just, run like heck. And actually, you don't even have to do that. If you don't plan on ever coming back here, take a linking book and go, screw you, I'm out. Alright? So, even with, 2 pages, from either from village trading or dungeons, you can actually go ahead and start raiding ages for more pages. Alright? So you can see that I start off with... Actually, I need the other one. Trap. You know, I start off with Savannah, the single biome. You know, I start off with actually a fairly, you know, unstable world here. With only 2, you know, standard lighting and no weather. And I was able to get by and get some more. Now, you're saying, what's that? You don't have any pages at all. This actually gets a little trickier. You'll need a piece of paper. But you can still pull this off. This is a completely and totally random book. Now this gets trickier because there'll be more instability. Okay. And you may have to try a few times. Because where does the Void Age? Bad book. No cookie. You'll get a lot of Void Ages doing this, by the way. Okay. Now again, this will be unstable, and it looks like we got Skylands. And there we go. So even a completely and totally random world, there will still be a library somewhere nearby where you can go get pages for biomes, for phases, for features. And nothing. There it is. Starfisher. And there you go. A weather page. So now you can write a more stable age with what you got. Alright? You come back home. You take what you got, you sort it out into your notebooks. And you write a more stable age. You go out, you raid that age for more pages, and you keep doing it. Generally within the first 10 or 15 ages you write, you will get enough pages to start writing stable mining ages. You will probably be missing 1 or 2 of the required things. I have a very hard time. I've got the world I'm working on now, I'm missing a sun page. But I can still write stable ages because I can add, I add charged, which helps. Okay? And that age will be mostly stable. You might have like slow. But it's still good enough to, you know, pull off a manual mining age. Okay? Actually, let me show you this in action. Actually, let's go ahead and pop out. Go over to the ocean world. This is my actual off camera. And let's see here. I think it's you. Yep. Alright. And yes, okay, make sure I'm not creative here. This is my actual play world. I'm not quite as organized just yet. You can see that I've got. Alright. But I've got controllers. All my stuff that controls my. I got organized a little better, but you can see that I've got here. It's actually best seen here in this age, I think. Extreme hills. Oh wait, this is not the best. Get off there. Where's my mining alpha age? Mining age alpha. Here we go. This is like the 12th age I wrote. You can see I got. Oh wait, no, that's actually not. That's not the right one. Damn. That was actually one of the random ones. Where is my? Almost mining. Oh man, I mean, I've freaking. I actually 19 may be it. Yeah, it's like I think 19 is my mining age. Or will be my? I've done. I haven't shit one up. And of course, I came in here without it. No, wait, there it is. Okay, all right. I need a link stand. Do I have? All right, I need to pick you up. Alright, yeah, this will be my mining world. This is actually where I'll be doing my mining. Okay, alright, let's go ahead and home point. Now, I did just what you saw me doing in my test world, okay? I ran through random ages until I started building up a, the ability to, there you go. Until I started building up pages. Let's go ahead and... Now, this is a charged world. I deliberately chose charged. So you will get lightning. Don't let it freak you out, okay? Stay away from creepers. There. Go. Sheesh. And it really just, 19 ages, and I've got Extreme Hills, single biome. Extreme Hills has emeralds, by the way. No weather, normal moon, normal stars, standard lighting, standard terrain. I included caves, charged, and dungeons, and glowstone crystals just for the And as you can see, it is completely stable. I'm having no ill effects here. So, I put a roof over my quarry, and the lightning does not matter. I can mine as much, either quarry or redstone frame quarry or whatever you want to do, okay? Or I just go manually mining, What the hell if I want to? 19 ages. That's all it took. I didn't do one trade with a villager. I only started off with a few pages I found in a dungeon. I just ran random ages until I pulling pages from the libraries, storing them in here, and you can see exactly how many I've got. I've actually been okay with writing stable ages since age 14 or so, actually. I am still missing a sun symbol. I can't find it. But thanks to charge, it makes up for it. So yeah, that's how you do it. That's again, that is the way. I got way too many worlds here. That's how you go ahead and build yourself up pages. Screw trading with villagers. Screw it. You'll spend forever building up emeralds to trade with villagers. No. Random ages. You go in, you find a library, you grab the pages, you get out. There are only a few cases where you do not want to do that in. If you end up in a world with nausea or blindness, get out. Okay? Because you will not be able to see what you're doing. But if all you guys like slow or mining fatigue, screw it. If you have a power armor, modular power suits, power armor, you can actually ignore most of it. And just run away from stuff until you find what you need. Just always make sure you're carrying a link book. Alright? And I'm not, so I have to make one. You can't make one there, you gotta make one on your... Okay, so yep. Again, you can just keep running, random ages, get the pages, keep going. Alright? I hope this has been helpful. I hope I've explained things adequately. This is actually my very first time trying to write, or not write, but really do a video guide. So, a little feedback on this will help. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below or on the Feed the Beast website where actually I'm going to post this. All right? Anyway, thanks for listening. Again, I hope this has been helpful. I hope this helps because a lot of people complain that Mystcraft is confusing. And I kind of agree. But it doesn't have to be, You organize things correctly, so you know what does what. You gather your pages, in whichever way you choose. I mean, you can do the villager route if you really want to. And you experiment. The biggest thing is to experiment. Make a test world where you've got NEI cheats on, you've got creative, and just create ages. If you go to, let's see, options, cheat mode, you turn creative mode on. You go to your Mystcraft, and there will be a creative spawn notebook. This will have every symbol in the game. Okay? You can use that to practice writing ages until you figure out what does what. It'll take you a little bit, but once you get it, you'll see it's really not that hard. All right? Again, I really hope I've helped. I'll leave a link to the thread from the Free the Beast forum. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to leave comments. I would love feedback. And of course, like and subscribe. And I do have a YouTube Let's Play series. Let's Play series here. Iskandars Travels in Industrial Minecraft. I also have a couple of completed Let's Plays of XCOM, and I'm going to be starting up my RPG Minecraft Let's Play again sometime soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see everyone else, and I'll see everyone in my next Iskandars Travels. Until then. Hello all. Welcome to a special edition of Iskandars Travels. Somebody suggested I do a written guide on how to make, how to work with Mystcraft, how to get stable ages, and how to get pages, and all that fun stuff. There's actually a couple of good written guides out there, and I really don't want to spend the time trying to write yet another one. I thought I'd do something a little different, and I should do a video guide to actually show you this stuff in action. This will be a two-step guide. The first will be a guide in writing stable ages and explaining some of the pages that may be a little more confusing. The other one, I'll quickly show you how to get pages pretty much from nothing. Well, maybe not nothing, but you'll see. I'll explain in a minute. And it doesn't involve trading with villagers. That's a headache. Really it is. Although there's a lot of neat mechanics you can do there with villager breeding and emerald farming, but really that's a lot more complicated than it needs to be. So let me go ahead and first start off to show you exactly what you need to write a stable age. Now, you don't have to, each of these is a notebook. You don't have to organize your notebooks like this. Oh yeah, notebooks are simply 3 leather in a V shape. They hold your pages. All right. You don't have to be this organized. However, it does help to help remember that the way you got to write ages, biomes, biome controllers, celestial bodies, lighting, and huge, large, medium, native, single, small, tiled, tiny. Things to remember. Single biomes are just that. You need to choose one biome only. Tiled biomes means 2 biomes, and 2 biomes only. Everything else, everything else takes at least 3. Oh, wait, let me rephrase that. There's one more. Native biome controller takes 0 biomes as a modifier. Okay? But everything else, the huge, the large, the medium, and the small and the tiny, will take at least 3, and pretty much as many as you want to put down. Okay? Violate any of those rules, you will get instability. Bad things. So you're thinking, what? If I'm just going to pull pages out of here to write my ages, I'm going to very quickly run out pages, and that's not how that's not how you gotta do it. This is where the ink and the paper comes in handy. Oh yeah, there is a bug, by the way. When you first write a notebook, you can name your notebooks and put them here, and like that. When you take it out, the name will go away, and you'll get an unknown page. It's a bug. It's harmless. It's just irritating. So you have to name your notebooks twice. Okay. I'm using this to write my note. You'll see how this works in a minute. So you first off decide, what biome controller you want and what biomes you're going to use. Now, very important. Biomes go first. Rain and weather. This is what you need for a stable age. I'll go through everything. Everything else, features, other, visual, colors, directions and materials and liquids, lengths and phases, those are all optional for the most part. First thing you're going to do, so I really suggest you setting up a lot of notebooks so you can actually keep them nice and organized. Otherwise, you'll get overwhelmed with pages. Okay? Biomes especially, thanks to extra biomes, you will end up with a crap ton of biome pages. I am so not joking. So, the very first thing you gotta do is pick a biome controller. The thing to remember is to keep in mind of matching the number of biomes that you want to include with your biome controller. Hue